Alrighty then. I started to read again, and my hearing aid batteries went dead. Seems like every time I try to read, and it's not like I read that well, and it's not like this channel is anything special, but every time I try to read this book, and I'm not actually reading scriptures, I'm trying to learn a little bit, and I'll refer to the scriptures later. Um, yes, I'm going to be forever in the bouncing chair. But anyway, so it's just crazy the interruptions I get and the things that happen when I'm trying to read, because I know where this reading is going to lead me. So I did a video earlier, and I posted it already. That is why the same top, because I'm going to go ahead and try to read again. I know I keep looking that way because I hear my uncle shuffling around, and it's just a bad habit. But I am reading the Walk in the Light series Restoration by Todd Bennett, and I will post all the information in the description box. I want to do one more video tonight before I go to bed on my other channel. It'll be kind of a fun one. Anyway, so with that said, I'm going to continue reading and see what happens. Alrighty, reading glasses. And we left off talking about Lyell and Lamech and all kinds of good stuff. And we are now going to read about Charles Darwin. Alrighty. Charles Darwin read the works of Lyell and used them to support his hypothesis of evolution, which he expounded upon in his work published in 1859. 1859. This has been going on forever. Entitled On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, or the Preservation of Favored Races in the Struggle for Life. While Lamarck and Darwin agreed on certain points, their theories fundamentally differed on how evolutionary changes occurred. Regardless of their differences, both theories require a lot of time, and Darwin latched onto the theories of Lyell, which gave him just that, an old earth which would provide time for his process of natural selection to occur. It is through the effort of men like these that we can see the change from the young earth theories to the old earth model. Alrighty. Modern scientists now use radiometric carbon-14 KAR as well as other methods of dating in support of the old earth theories. But there are critical flaws which all of these methods, what they all fail to take into account is the cataclysmic geological and global climatic changes that took place on the planet during and after the flood, described during the days of Noah. Creation scientists have constructed models which provide incredible insight into a pre-flood Earth, which was covered by a protective firmament that filtered light and radiation. I'm going to pause this for a minute. Alright, it was getting kind of noisy, so I thought I would just pause it until it kind of calmed down. The planet was, in essence, a perfectly tuned thermonuclear reactor with optimal lighting, temperature, atmospheric pressure, and oxygen level, which provided for lush vegetation and very large mammals. Thus, the existence of dinosaurs, which were necessary to keep the vegetation in check. If the model presented by creation scientists is accurate and the Earth was actually operating as a thermonuclear reactor and experienced a meltdown, this would have resulted in the shattering of the firmament, and there would also be nuclear materials strewn throughout the planet. When scientists rely on dating based upon the decay patterns of radioactive isotopes, they assume that I'm sure you guys probably can hear that. Sorry. When the scientists rely on dating based upon decay patterns of radioactive isotopes, they assume that these materials existed in an old Earth evolutionary model, and they fail to recognize that Elohim could have created these materials at any state that he desired, which makes their methodology flawed. By oh my goodness. By discounting the scriptural record of history, many modern scientists have blindly accepted theories and hypotheses which can never be proven and which lead people away from the truth. The scriptures detail a planet which is around 6,000 years old and declare that in the beginning there was a lush garden planted by Elohim eastward in Eden. The word for garden is gan in Hebrew, and it envisions a place which is hedged about, a protected place. We are told that Yahweh placed the man, Adam, in the garden and gave him a specific purpose. He was placed in the Garden of Eden to tend and keep it, Bereshit 2:15, and he quotes the New King James Version. The Hebrew word for tend it's abad. I'll have to look that one up. And the Hebrew word for keep is shamer. Both of these words are verbs and they involve action. These concepts are very important, as we will see throughout our discussion. In the ISR Bereshit 2:15, it says, "And Yahweh Elohim took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work and guard it." These concepts are very important, as we will see throughout our discussions, and another way of describing Adam's mission is to work and to watch, or to do and to guard. And then it says in Bereshit 2:16-17, "And Yahweh Elohim commanded the man, saying, Eat of every tree of the garden, but do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for in the day that you eat of it, you shall certainly die." And I'm going to go ahead and stop there and keep this really short. There's really not a whole lot that I can interject into this one. In my next video, I will just keep going and continue, and if I have something to add to it, I will. I mean, there will be throughout the book, I'm sure, lots of things as we get into it. Some of the stuff I can't edit out. I mean, I don't know if you can hear him back there. If I can hear him in here, I'm just wondering if you can hear him. My uncle. Oh, bless you. PJ just sneezed. Bless you, baby. Little B was sneezing. Now PJ sneezing. What's going on here? All right. Well, I'm going to end this. And you all have a good night. Take care. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.